Welcome back to the We'll Get You Home show. I'm here with Dave and Jackie, and they're of the real estate team with Relocal Real Estate in Kennesaw, Georgia, North Atlanta area. They've been in the business for 35 plus years, a long time, and we're going to talk to them today about inspections. How's that sound, guys?
Yeah. And when you say 35 plus years in the real estate business, some inspections seem that long too. It can.
We'll get into all that, but first, I want to ask you about 2023 specifically. It's a competitive buyer's market. There's not a lot of inventory. Is an inspection, a home inspection, when you do finally submit an offer, is it necessary still today to get an inspection?
Short answer, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Still want to know what you're buying.
Yeah. I mean, in a competitive environment, competitive real estate environment, we especially saw this in late 20 and then going into 21 and early 22. There were a lot of buyers who wanted to make their offers stand out and say, okay, we'll waive the inspection.
Right.
We didn't let any of our clients do that. We told them no way, no how. We don't have to make the purchase, subject to the inspection, but you need to have the inspection. Even if it meant you're walking away from some earnest money, you're looking for deal killers in an inspection. So and the whole legal tort of buyer beware, that exists in Georgia and in most states. So
can you go into detail a little bit about the buyer beware? Sorry to cut you off, but I think that's important.
Well, the law surrounding that is you have to do your own due diligence when you're purchasing a piece of real estate. So it is very, very difficult to prove negligence or intent to cover up a problem on behalf of the seller. The seller could always say, I didn't know. And if you don't get an inspection, you can't prove that they knew. So that's the whole buyer beware caveat. So it's very, very important.
And I'll add to that. And sometimes the sellers don't know, and they need an inspection to even be aware of it themselves.
And that is true, but everyone thinks that someone's out to get them. A month later, 2 months later, they find termites, or they find, that the foundation is shifting. They're going to say they knew about that. Well, they might not have known about that. So buyer beware, get your inspection done. So yes, in this environment, in any environment, it's important to get an inspection done. Even if you're still going to buy the house, at least you now know what it costs. We're in a deal right now up in Hiawassee, Georgia. As far north in Georgia as you could go before getting
right. That's quite the distance you guys are traveling up there.
We are. This is a fun one though. This piece of property is one in 37 years of real estate. It's one of the most unique properties I've ever seen. I mean,
yeah, it's incredible.
It's an incredible piece of property, and really, really one of ours. But in the inspection with At Ease, by the way, who we love as an inspection company, Ryan found some issues, with this house that required further evaluation. So we're having a structural engineer come in to look at, patio, quote unquote, foundation issues, but really it's outside of the foundation, it's the patio, and some deck issues, and a little driveway issue, that we found. And so we want to have a structural engineer come in, and we know there's a problem. The question is, how much is it going to cost to fix the problem?
Right.
And that's really what the buyer needs to know. Is this a few $1,000 fix, or is this, like you said, $100,000 fix, Abby? It's just, those inform you as to how much you want to take on. So that's the purpose of an inspection, and sometimes a much more involved inspection, like with a structural engineer.
Right. You'd hate to get further down the line and then realize that you made a bad investment. And then you're out a lot more money if you actually go through with it instead of getting the inspection and knowing beforehand.
And money you may not very well have. And
Mhm.
you can't borrow that money typically
Right.
to do, repairs.
So it's
So
important to know first before you go forward. That's good. That's very helpful.
absolutely.
And I like to use inspection reports as a checklist because I love checklists.
Right.
So checklist of what to do when you actually do buy the house. These are the things that need attention. Whether you want to do them or not, it's up to you. But
Absolutely.